So this first job is in Yorktown. And when I first arrived on site, I'm looking at a complete blank slate. They're like, we want a pool, we want a waterfall, we want a place to cook, we want a place to hang out. And he throws out a fairly large budget right off the bat. And I said, okay, we're off to the races. Favorite element of this space is the way that the fire pit interacts with the water feature. And this was one of the things that right from the bat, when we started talking about how everything was going to interface, this was one of the interaction points that I was most excited about. And the reason is when you're sitting at that fire pit, you're kind of sunk down in the fire pit just a little bit, and I have the water going right behind you, right past your ear. And the idea is you're sitting in the fire pit, you see the fire in front of you, you see the pavilion off here, but you have that water flowing behind you. Thought like bush gardens, like theme park, wide walkways. So like a 12-foot long walkway that just kind of brings you around and meanders you through the space. And the idea is that it's taking you on a journey and it's kind of transitioning you so that when you start down that walkway, you're going to a different place and you're going to a different yard even. This job is absolutely stunning. Every bit of this job was just something that was just inspiration that we got from different people and talking with them, and I just really love the way it came out. These aren't necessarily in order of what's my favorite, but number 2 definitely has a special spot in my heart. I come out here and there's already a pool, there's already a patio, there's already a beautiful setup, and they have these posts coming out of the ground where a future pergola is going to be, because he's kind of gearing up for where he wants the view to be. Actually designed the waterfall so that the waterfall kind of twists, looks right towards the kitchen, and then twists again and looks right towards the pergola, because those are 2 vantage points where you're going to be experiencing the water feature from. And then from there, we made the water feature a long ways so that the long shot of the water and the long shot of the pond kind of lined up a little bit. And we did a bunch of really cool rock work. The plants are stunning. But all this coupled, he has this pool, he has all this hardscape, this outdoor kitchen, the whole 9 yards, just beautiful hardscape, and then you have this pond. And what do people talk about when they come outside? You know, what do they talk about when they come to the space? No one ever talks about the pool or talks about the hardscape. The only thing they talk about is the pond. And that's why I love ponds. And so like I said, this maybe is not number 2, but it definitely takes my heart because I just love water features. I love how they bring life to a space. And this one definitely did that for these people in this backyard. So number 3 is, do you need something? Number 3 also happens to be on a beautiful stretch of water, and this is the James River overlooking the James River Bridge and then the wide stretch of the river. The houses here, even though they're beautiful houses and they're right on the water, they're right next to each other. And so this was an interesting job because I'm trying to figure out, how do I make them feel like they're the only ones in their backyard and everybody next to them isn't in their backyard? So I had to really kind of put my thinking cap on, and one of the things I came up with is they love the stacked slate features. What if I just made a privacy wall out of water? because they're getting ready to build a building, and that building is gonna have an outdoor kitchen and everything in it. But when that comes, we'll be able to integrate these spaces. So you see I have some kind of hard lines in there. Those hard lines will disappear and it'll just flow under the new building that's coming. Number 4, so we're back here with these plunge pools again. So this one was very interesting. If you want to see any of the previous videos of this one, there's some links right here to where you can actually see some previous videos of the construction, and then also an interview with our clients here about this space. But they had originally gotten a quote for $100,000 to do just a deck. No patio, no pool, it was just a large deck. We were obviously over that budget, but we weren't like so far over it that it didn't make sense. But we incorporated a water feature, we incorporated an awesome deck, we incorporated a plunge pool. This thing is heated, it's controlled by Wi-Fi. It is absolutely epic. So all these little elements have now shifted to where you've entered this space in a different way, you're experiencing in a different way, and so we have all these rooms, and that's probably my favorite aspect of this job number 4 is the way that they can experience it. It's got the clean lines and it fit their personality and fit how they want to live outside. Space number 5, last but certainly, as you can tell, not least. This is an epic, epic space. I get a picture of like rocks stacked on top of rocks at kind of odd angles, but it was what they were trying to convey, that they wanted a water feature on the side of their pool, and they wanted that kind of oasis kind of feel. I think the thing that I like most about this water feature is actually the color of the pool, because it reminds you of the kind of the tropical flair. And of course, the pool is heated. So you can interact with the water feature. The kids can interact with the water feature at any time of the year because he keeps it uncovered, he keeps it heated. And so you have like this blue, and you've got this rock, which we actually shipped in from Missouri. This is Missouri limestone, like the texture of that is very unique. So we actually shipped it in across the country. And so you have like the blue, you've got the water right up against the rocks, and then it just kind of starts building up and out. And it really truly makes you feel like you're in the Caribbean on a vacation, and you've got no worries in the world, and this is where you are, and you're gonna be in the moment, you're gonna live in the moment, you're not going anywhere else. You don't need to pull out your phone and take a picture of it, actually throw the phone in the pool and just live here. And that's why we build these spaces. Get outside, my friend.